Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.
Careful cannon here, careful cannon. Just play slow.
Just begun here. Go on cannon, go on cannon.
Go on,
He's on flash, he's on flash. You can get him. Nice job. Keep it.
Ash, he dash. Flash, okay. That's good.
I think one of the biggest reasons that Syndra is such an iconic champion for Bjergsen is because he got his start in a lot of ways on Syndra. And he did it in a time where, while everyone knew Syndra had some strength, she wasn't such a power pick quite at the time. So he was one of the first pros to really bust her out and look really, really good at her.
Over and over. There's one person getting caught out.
Bada bing, bada boom. 18.5.
If I can remember the balance correctly, this was around summer season 4, and people knew she had like a lot of burst damage, but they felt like she wasn't great in late game, and they had some other issues making her work.
Played well by Cloud9. Oh, Demante gets hooked over. He's going to try and take down Zazel, but it's actually not.
And then in one of his games in summer, he got the first ever pentakill in the EU LCS with Syndra, and you know, this was right after he joined the team in the middle of the split because he was too young to play. So everyone was hyping Bjergsen up. They were excited to see him, and then in his first couple games, he gets the first ever penta on a champion that people really weren't playing that much. So that's quite a way to kind of sync yourself up with a champion.
Somehow alive in this one as he flings Freddy away again. Can we see a quadra kill? Can he get the pentakill here? Bjergsen chasing down. Oh, he's missing just about, but then pentakill coming in for Bjergsen, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to push through here and pick up their first victory in the LCS Europe.
Throughout his career, Bjergsen has established himself as one of the top players in North America, and despite his massive champion pool, it's his classic Syndra pick that's been there through it all. From the 2014 World Championship to 2017 MSI, his Syndra has made an appearance at every international tournament TSM has been a part of. And with a dominating win rate of 71.4% over 56 games, it quickly became a comfort pick for Bjergsen, especially in times when TSM had their back against a wall. In fact, Bjergsen picked Syndra a total of 11 times during North American playoff runs, and another 15 times on the international stage.
Darkest hour. Yes. TSM calls upon something they have used time and time again. The Syndra summoned to the rift for Bjergsen.
That pentakill is the most distinct thing for sure, but there's like horror stories that I think a lot of teams who scrimmed TSM at that time will remember. Like, he was just so much better than everyone. I think in his first split in NA, he solo killed every single mid laner in the NALCS at the time. And in scrims, like, I remember talking with Dom, and he was just like playing Elise, and he like walked up to try and cocoon Bjergsen, and Bjergsen stunned him and just insta-killed him with the combo with his ultimate, and it was just like, that champ is stupid and Bjergsen is stupid. Fuck that. I don't want to gank against a Syndra as an Elise with no MR ever again, because he had no magic resist, just that base 30, and got obliterated. And it was like, all right, let's not gank Syndra with no MR on a squishy champion.
Minutes. Like, this is a whitewash now, and we're talking about, like, is it the right idea to put all the eggs in the Bjergsen basket? Apparently yes, because then he'll go 9-1 and 5 and just kill your entire team.
I think for that,
Bjergsen's a really smart player, and I think Syndra is a champion that you need to be smart with, just in terms of how you use your orbs on your Q, how you stack them up so you can get the max damage on your ultimate because you need a lot of orbs down, how you set your stuns up, being able to know when you need to do what, because you can put an orb down and try and fish for a stun, or in a team fight you can ult relatively early on to get more orbs on the ground so you can get a bigger stun off. A lot of intricacies, and since Bjergsen is such a smart, measured player, I think he was one of the first people to really excel at those aspects of her kit beyond just the initial like big burst combo that everyone kind of knew she had.
But while Bjergsen's skill on the champ was almost instant, there is one special turning point that turned him from prodigy to legend. TSM kicked off the 2016 NA LCS Spring Split with a devastating loss to CLG on the season's opening day. As the team looked to avoid its first ever 0-2 start to a split, Bjergsen decided that no matter how early in the season it may be, it's never too early to whip out the big guns. TSM won their next game in dramatic fashion, mounting a 7,000 gold comeback, with Bjergsen posting a DPM of 885, his highest mark on Syndra in regional play all season. And while this early season contest didn't have too much of an impact on TSM's 2016 in the grand scheme of things, it had a major effect on Bjergsen's Syndra. He not only won all 5 of his Syndra games that year, but 21 of his next 26 games on the champion. The win streak spanned nearly 2 seasons and 3 international tournaments, besting the likes of Jensen and Pobelter on the regional stage, and triumphing over players like Caps and Crown on the international level. Since that immaculate 21-5 stretch, Bjergsen has become the most notable Syndra player of all time, with a 5.7 lifetime KDA, a 617 DPM, and a whopping 34 solo kills, more than any other current pro player with any other single champion. While other players have merely made a name for themselves on certain champions, Bjergsen has trademarked Syndra. Normally, it's a player that has a signature champion, but in this case, the champion has a signature player.
Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.